What's up, everybody? It's Coach Sauce here, and we're bringing you playoffs. Game 3 against Coach Jkkayy and the Minnesota Mamoswines. So this game was pretty tough, I'm not gonna lie, because looking at Josh's team, it has so many good threats with it. It's nuts. Like, probably one of the toughest teams that I've had to prep against, just because it was one of those classic, looking at my lineup versus his lineup, I'm just saying, like, there's nothing good that I can really come up with, or at least think of doing. So usually when that happens, you gotta think outside the box and bring some wacky stuff that, you know, he won't expect. So that's exactly what we did. And yeah, we'll just hop into the team builder and kind of talk about what I brought this week. Okay, so essentially looking at both teams here, you have on his side E-Dahl and Mesprit, both huge threats. I mean, E-Dahl, I have his little brother Sneasel just on my side, and you know, Sneasel's been very good for me. And you know, looking at Josh's success with E-Dahl, it's no joke. So we had to make sure that we had answers for this, as well as some scary threats like Hariyama, because although that thing is slow, it is tanky and it can smack. Nothing on my team wants to take any damage from that thing, so it was kind of a tough ask to try and just like work around, and I'm just hoping to kind of get into a spot where I can hopefully chip it down some way and then hopefully not die to it. But looking at the rest of his team, he's got like excellent type coverage defensively, as well as just some nice niche fast picks with like Manectric and Typhlosion having some huge speed, as well as like just good walls in general. Steelix, Mantine, both huge defensive stats respectively in both defense and special defense. And yeah, overall, nightmare to prep against because Josh is a really good drafter. But let's talk about the first Pokemon that I brought for the game. So the first Pokemon that I decided to lead with was in fact Scumadam or Cloyster. Now I was debating a little bit between either the Rotom or Bob Ross or Smeargle, but ultimately decided to go with Cloyster and wanted to make sure that we had a Choice Scarf, mainly for just Choice Scarf explosions. He has some stupid fast Pokemon on his team, so I wanted to make sure that if he led with a Weavile, I could Rock Blast it to death. If he led, you know, if this thing ever swapped into a Steelix or anything, we have the Surf for that, as well as Typhlosion, which does great damage. And if the right scenario presents itself, we can maybe hopefully read a switch and just set up a layer or two of spikes. So essentially just went max speed to cover ourselves against a max speed Jolly Weavile, and max attack and a little bit into special attack for that juicy Surf. So yeah, this thing dies in one hit to a special attack, so it has one job. It's like a defensive glass cannon. So that's Cloyster. After Cloyster, we have our boy Gaffon. Now, this is straight up an Assault Vest set. Honestly, if I had Assault Vest, it'd probably be on here, but it's not in this generation, so we gave ourselves Life Orb just for a bit of extra damage. And we're going for a bulky set this week, just max HP, max special attack, and just the rest rounded out in the defense. Now, Thunderbolt, Hydro Pump, HP fighting again for the Weavile. This thing can survive a Choice Band hit from anything the Weavile can dish out. So if we come into that scenario where it's in a 1v1, this will kill it. And Shadow Ball just to round it out against the Mesprit. Next, after our Rotom, you know we gotta bring both OUs. It's playoff time. We have Breloom, Toxic Orb, Poison Heal, you know the drill. Spore, Leech Seed, Substitute. This time we're not going for Focus Punch. We're going for Mach Punch, just for that priority. Again, we're very scared of the Weavile, so making sure that we have some sort of priority is good. Thought that we could maybe have this be a defensive set, and we could maybe go up against, you know, Meganium, Steelix, have like Leech Seed. You'll see that I kind of make a misplay during the game, but we'll come to that when we see it. So this is like a little bit of a pseudo defensive boy this week, and we made sure that we had enough speed to outspeed a base speed Blastoise. So that's about it. That's Shroomy for the week. After Shroomy, we have Kevin Bacon, our boy Grumpig. This is just max HP, max special defense. Josh's team had lots and lots of special attackers. The only ones that were really physical, apart from like, you know, Meganium, maybe Steelix, but it was basically Weavile, Hariyama, and yeah, Weavile, Hariyama. So this thing was mainly there for the Hariyama-ish, just like typing, but if we're against the Weavile, we just kind of give up. So we're hoping to kind of just play around the switches very well. But essentially, this is our Trick Room Light Screen Reflect Psychic set. Dual screens with Light Clay and Trick Room, because again, he has a lot of fast Pokemon. So I figured if we just kind of make our Pokemon a little more bulkier this week and maybe play around Trick Room, we could maybe surprise them. So that's Grumpig. Following up after Grumpig is Stinky Pinky, the Fable, and we're going with a Citrus Berry this time because we have a Belly Drum set. We got Belly Drum, Soft Boiled, Brick Break in case he runs any screens himself, and also just to deal with the Steelix walling us out against our Double Edge, because Double Edge, we don't take any of that recoil, and it's super powerful once we get a Belly Drum off. So figured we don't need to really put anything into attack, so we have max HP, max special defense. So this is the plan, is to get this thing behind screens, and we put in a minus speed nature, as well as we made sure that it only had 26 IVs, so it was 1 point slower than Hariyama, just so that in case it swaps in under Trick Room, we could outspeed it. So this was our Clefable for the week. Pretty whack set, to be honest. Last but not least, we have Ninetales. Now, we haven't really brought Ninetales that much this season, but figured it was a pretty good fit as the last slot. Just honestly wanted a revenge killer and something again that was faster than Weavile. That thing is, I might have tunneled on that thing. So we have Overheat here just to make sure that we can one-shot Steelix. We can one-shot basically anything that's not Typhlosion, Hariyama, or Mantine. As well as we have Energy Ball for the Blastoise. Mantine as well does neutral damage. Steelix neutral damage. HP Rock is just great in case we can read a switch with Typhlosion into Mantine. So yeah, just a Choice Scarf with a Modest Nature. Again, making sure that we would tie a Choice Scarfed Typhlosion if he brought that. So, and that is the last Pokemon for the week. So I guess without further ado, let's go check out the replay. Okay, we got Jkkayy versus the Sauce Boss playoffs. So let's see how this one shakes down. So he sends out Manectric, and I have my Cloyster. Already this is awful. So I have to switch out. And go into Grumpig. I'm expecting the T-Bolt, of course. And seeing as though it switched, I figured that I was going to get up a Reflect. So in comes North Star. So I have set up a light screen, and he just starts setting up Calm Mind. So he's already up 2 Calm Mind, so I don't have time to set up Trick Room at all. Luckily, I have max special defense. Well, so behind the screen, I'm able to get a belly drum off, and this is where Soft Boiled comes in pretty clutch. Because now I'm able to just take hit after hit, and we can one-shot the Mesprit. So already off to like a pretty decent start. He gets me paralyzed, which thankfully because of Magic Guard, I'll never be fully paralyzed. I'll just have my speed reduced. So at this point, we're kind of just able to fire off double edges because we're able to get our health back up. So he fires off a Focus Blast, but max special defense and a light screen, that does nothing. So already we have 2 down, and we're feeling great until he brings in Hariyama, and we cannot stay in against that thing. And I'm lucky that he didn't bring that in sooner. So we need to switch to our Ghost type just to soak the close combat, and we switch out into Shroomy, and he doubles back into Vanguard, the Meganium. So he hits me with this hidden power, which, talking to Josh after, was a hidden power flying, and I'm lucky to be alive because he was not reading the fact that I'd be bulky in the least, so I get to kind of live this. But you'll see my awesome play here where I go for Leech Seed against the Grass type. So that's cool. Things happen. So yeah, we'll just pretend that didn't happen. So we switch back into Kevin Bacon, eat the hidden power flying, and force him to switch out, which gives us a chance to do a light screen. I know he's scarfed, so I know he's gonna do a switcheroo, which means I have to do a Trick Room for my next move. And this is where I'm able to get out Clefable again and get off a nice belly drum. So the fact that he double swaps out, knowing that he can't really touch me, gives me that time to belly drum. He gets off a bullet punch, but it's just not enough damage, and we are able to take him out with a double edge. So Weavile comes in, and he's able to just get off a priority Ice Shard, and I'm not going to be able to live that. So finally, Clefable goes down after taking 3 of his Pokemon down. So we have our Choice Scarfed Ninetales coming to sweep, but he has a Focus Sash, which is pretty sweet. So we're just firing off Flamethrower at this point, just to take out the Weavile. And now with a Manectric without a Choice Scarf and a Meganium, we're feeling pretty confident here just to stay in. So we're just gonna keep firing off Flamethrowers as we live the T-Bolt, but we get paralyzed, which sucks. So we'll just stay in because we don't want anything else taking a T-Bolt. And in comes Cloyster. I know that I am faster, so I can get off a Surf to seal that deal. I didn't want to miss a Rock Blast, so that's why I went for the safe Surf option. I swapped back into Shroomy just to save my Cloyster, so we can get off a Mach Punch. This thing's gonna die, so we're just taking that into consideration before we swap into Rotom Wash to finally just fire off some Shadow Balls against this thing, which, you know, slowly breaking down the wall, but he does carry Synthesis. So this could have been different, but I do get the Spadef drop, so that's good. I get another special defense drop, so at this point I'm gonna be able to go first and fire off another Shadow Ball, and that's GG's. So Josh, close game, a 3-0, not even a 2-0. We died to our Life Orb. So That was absolutely insane games. GG's again, Josh. You had a hell of a season. It was super fun to get to play you again, as I didn't get to see you all season in terms of matchups. So it was nice to play some fresh faces. And yeah, honestly, tremendous game. It's always super fun playing against you because you know how to bring a really good team every time you show up. So GG's again. Good luck in Little Cup next season. I hope that you have a kick-ass team there, and I hope to face you again. But what this means for us is we have somehow found our way to the grand finals, which is pretty hype. So we're going to be facing off against Hoop and the Bumbling Bidoofs. So that's going to be kind of scary because this guy has a Tyranitar, which is the Godzilla of Diamond and Pearl OU, as well as some other scary threats that are both offensive, defensive, and just straight up pests. Like all of them. It just his team's pretty scary after watching that match with Noah. So I'm really looking forward to that game. So that'll probably be next week around Sunday. So hope you guys can tune in for that. But yeah, really excited to be playing again in another grand finals, and we will hopefully take it home. So again, thank you so much for watching, and go Raichu. Peace.